After learning and practicing the techniques I'm about to share with you, I've become more confident and effective in my communication. I want to share these strategies with you so you can overcome your own challenges and become a more influential person. As I reflected on my own struggles with communication, I realized that it wasn't just about being introverted or shy. It was about understanding why people weren't listening to me in the first place. Have you ever felt like you're talking to a brick wall or that your messages are falling on deaf ears? The truth is, people are bombarded with information and stimuli every day. They're constantly filtering out what's not relevant or interesting to them, and if you're not speaking their language or addressing their needs and concerns, they're likely to tune you out. In fact, research shows that people are more likely to remember stories and emotions than facts and figures. They are more likely to be persuaded by someone who understands and shares their values than by someone who's just trying to sell them something. So what's the key to getting people to listen to you? It's not about being louder or more aggressive. It's not about having all of the answers or being the smartest. It's about something much simpler, yet much more powerful. The key to making anyone listen to you is to make them feel acknowledged and appreciated. When people feel seen and heard, they're more likely to open up and listen to what you have to say. They're more likely to trust you and value your opinion, and they're more likely to be persuaded by your message. So how do you make people feel acknowledged and appreciated? It starts with a mindset shift. Instead of focusing on what you want to say, focus on what the other person needs to hear. Ask yourself, what are their concerns and fears? How do they want to play out the round? What is influencing their decision? By understanding and addressing these needs, you can create a sense of connection and rapport with your teammates. When people feel acknowledged and appreciated, they're more likely to listen to you, to trust you, and to be persuaded by your message. I'm now going to give you a practical, step-by-step routine on how to persuade and influence your teammates to do exactly what you tell them to. But first, I want to congratulate the winner of last week's video giveaway. To stay up to date with future giveaways, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on the next one. With that out of the way, let's get back to the video. Step 1. Monitor your tone. When it comes to communication, tone is everything. In fact, research shows that 38% of communication comes from how you say something. That's why it's essential to be mindful of your tone and choose the right one for the situation. Imagine you're speaking with your duo, a 5-stack, or random teammates. You want to make a good impression and build rapport. Here are 3 tones you can use to achieve that. A positive, playful tone. This should be your default voice. Relax and smile when you talk, and you'll come across as easygoing and good-natured. This tone is perfect for building rapport and establishing a connection with someone. A calm, low tone. Use this tone to make a point or convey authority. Speak slowly and calmly, reflecting your voice downwards to create an aura of trustworthiness. This tone is great for negotiating or persuading someone. Direct, assertive tone. This tone can be tricky. While it's sometimes necessary to be direct and assertive, it can also come across as aggressive or confrontational. Use this tone with caution and be aware of how it might be received by the other person. If you want to communicate effectively, you need to be mindful of your tone. Choose the right tone for the situation, and you'll be more likely to build rapport, establish trust, and achieve your goals. If you choose the wrong tone, you might create barriers and push people away. It could be a game changer, so take the time to think about your tone and how it might be received by others. Step 2. Build rapport. Incorporate mirroring to build rapport. Mirroring is the act of mimicking the main point of what someone has just said and redirecting it back to them, either in the form of a statement or a question. The reason mirroring works so well is because we naturally gravitate towards similarities and fear what's different. By mirroring your teammate, you are insinuating similarity, which facilitates bonding. Use mirrors to form a bond, encourage people to keep talking, and to make people reveal their thought process. By repeating back what your teammate just said, they will inevitably elaborate and sustain the process of connection. When mirroring, it's important to come off as non-accusatory and to employ the power of silence. To let a mirror work its magic, you need to stay silent and wait patiently for the other person to think and respond. Simply count back in your head 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and before you can get to 10, your teammate will have a response. To get your way without confrontation, follow this simple routine. First, use the calm and low tone. Second, start off by saying "I'm sorry," followed by the mirror. You can do this in the form of a question or a statement. Next, you want to be quiet. Stay silent. Count Mississippis while you're waiting, and then repeat the process. Step 3. Tactical empathy. Start labeling their emotions. Labeling is a simple yet powerful act of giving a name to someone's feelings, making them feel seen and understood. By doing so, you're creating a sense of empathy and understanding that can diffuse conflict and build trust. How to label emotions effectively. To use labeling effectively, follow these simple steps. First, detect the emotional state. Pay attention to the other person's emotions and identify what they're feeling. Second, label the emotion. Use a non-accusatory "it" statement to label the emotion, such as "it seems like," "it sounds like," or "it looks like." Then you want to stay silent. Allow the label to work its magic by staying silent and waiting patiently for the other person to respond. The power of "that's right." When you use labeling effectively, you'll often hear the other person say "that's right." This is a sign that you've successfully built understanding, acknowledgement, and trust with them. But be careful. If you hear "you're right," it may be a sign that the other person is just agreeing to shut you up, than truly understanding and acknowledging your point. By using labeling and mirroring together, you can build a strong connection with someone and create a foundation for effective communication. Remember to stay neutral and non-accusatory in your approach. and to use silence to your advantage. Step 4. Calibrated questions. To influence your teammates' decision making without being too pushy, try using calibrated questions. Calibrated questions are a powerful tool that can help you gently nudge people in a certain direction without triggering defensiveness or tension. How to use calibrated questions effectively. To use calibrated questions effectively, follow these simple guidelines. First, start with what, how, or why. These words are the key to unlocking your teammates' thoughts and guiding them in a certain direction. Second, avoid accusational language. Keep your questions neutral and non-accusational to avoid triggering aggressiveness. Thirdly, use what and how questions to direct. These questions are great for guiding your teammate down a certain path and helping them reconsider their thought process. Use why questions to defend. These questions are perfect for making your teammate elaborate and defend their point, which can keep them locked in on an idea you want them to take. Calibrated questions are a subtle yet powerful tool that can help you achieve your goals without causing tension or conflict. By using them effectively, you can create a false sense of control that makes your teammate feel like they're in charge, while still guiding them in a certain direction. Remember to use them gently and strategically, and you'll be amazed at the results. Step 5. Appoint an IGL. Now it's time to put it all together by appointing an IGL. This person will be the shot caller for the team, and by influencing them, you'll be able to influence everybody. How to appoint an IGL. To appoint an IGL, pick someone who is either in a 2-stack or a 3-stack on your team. If those are unavailable, choose the top fragger. This will create a ripple effect, and everyone else in your team will follow their lead. When your plans become a success, be sure to give all of the credit to your IGL. This will not only make them feel good about themselves, but it will also reinforce the notion that they came up with the ideas. By giving them positive feedback, you'll be creating a sense of ownership and motivation that will drive them to continue working towards your goals. In summary, to persuade and influence your teammates, remember to monitor your tone to set the right atmosphere for a conversation, build rapport using mirroring and labeling to create a connection with someone, use tactical empathy to understand and acknowledge someone's emotions and needs, ask calibrated questions to guide a conversation and create a false sense of control, and appoint an IGL to influence the entire team. By following these 5 steps, you'll be able to persuade and influence your teammates with ease. Remember to always use positive feedback and reinforcement to create a positive and collaborative environment. Strive for peace and collaboration, and never resort to hurting anyone. I'm taking donations in the form of subscriptions, so if you want to fund the next video, subscribe to my channel for more Valorant tips like this.